Hello, everybody. Jason with Learn Survive. Hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of yourself, but more importantly, taking care of one another. Today, I want to talk about the UV32 radio versus the UV21 Pro, and which one I think in this case is going to be the better radio. So, if you're looking to update or get into comms for your preps, this video is for you. I want to start out with saying that when I got into radios, I was young, and they were MERS radios that my dad bought from the place he worked at. They bought their radios in sets, and when one broke, they'd just buy another set and would offer the one that was still good to the workers to buy. So Dad acquired a couple radios, and we had them out on the farm, and these were just, in the 80s, these were just big honking brick radios. So I'm used to a bigger radio than the smaller ones. Then in the late 90s, early 2000s, I got into the little GMRS radios. I think they were Midland that I bought at Farm and Fleet, and they were good little radios. Then over the years, of course, I updated and got the now famous Baofeng UV 5R. Great radio for a low price, done a lot, but there wasn't a lot of features on it. After about 4 or 5 years of the UV models, they come out with the GT models, and finally a GT 3 that was waterproof, had an IP 56 or 54 rating on it, so it could be dropped in the water. And then recently, a buddy of mine sent me this Baofeng UVR32. Great radio. I do like this, but I like it mainly because of the size. It more of a reminder of what I dealt with as a kid. Bigger radio, heavier. It's not as wide, but it's long, and it's heavier. And I got to thinking, and after I got that, the day after, I ordered and got the Baofeng UV21R Pro. And we're going to talk about the differences in these two radios and which one's the better radio of the two. Now, these radios, the UV32 and the UV21, are identical. To program them online with like Chirp, it is the UV17, so they do have the set chip of the UV17s, but these two radios are not locked into the ham radio frequencies, so they're open and can do multi-frequencies like GMRS, MERS, and the 2 meter and 70 centimeter airband. This radio is 999 channels, and you can store them channels in banks. If you don't know what banks are, there are 10 banks or 10 zones that you can put about 100 channels in each. That keeps you from having to scroll through everyone or know the number of the channel you want. You have Bank 1 as your GMRS channels. You have Bank 2 as your local repeaters, and you can just switch banks and have them channels. You don't have to remember numbers to program in or scan through everything that you saved in the memory. This one here, again, 999 channels, but does not support banks. So you would have to know what number you saved, what frequency at, and either punch it in manually or scroll through it. This one has GPS. This one has GPS. This one doesn't have the Baofeng flashlight on it like all of them have had in the past. This one does. This one came with 2 antennas and a radio pouch. This one just came with 2 antennas. the little stubby or the little normal size factory whip, and a Bree 15-inch high gain antenna. This one has an IP45 water rating. You're not going to drop this in water, but it is rain and splash proof. The BF32 is not. As far as sound and range go, they both sound great. They're both 10-watt radios. I'm hitting repeaters 20 miles away easily. And in town with buildings and everything, I'm getting about 2 miles range, and that's not anything with a repeater. That's just radio to radio, so not bad here in town. I do know somebody with both these radios, and out on the farm in the fields, they punch out about 8 miles, so they got good range on them, so it is possible to get out with them. Now, the big difference in these two radios, this one, the Baofeng UV 32, about 50-60 bucks. The UVR21 Pro, 38 bucks. So outside of being smaller and lighter, but still it's actually big enough. I do like this one compared to the little UV5Rs. This is going to be the one you want because it is waterproof. It does almost all the same things as the UV32 does, and it comes in at a much lower price, with 2 antennas and stuff. The only thing that you're getting with this that the UV21 didn't come with is a pouch. And so, by the time you add the pouch in for it, you're still going to be about 50 bucks, maybe getting up in that same price range as the UVR32, but you're getting a lighter, more compact radio with GPS and voice inversion on both of them, so you can have semi-secure communications at a lower price. So I think in the end, with the 21 and the water resistance of it, definitely makes up for the fact that it don't have banks. So, and that's not a big deal because most of us aren't going to have hundreds of channels programmed into our radio. But overall, for the value, for the money, especially if you already got comms and you have pouches and stuff, this is going to be the way to go. You're going to save yourself about 20-30 bucks over the 32 and have the same feature set that is in both of them. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.